What if everything we thought we knew about the birth of civilization is only half the story? What if 6,000 years ago, a mysterious culture in the land between two rivers rose in a single leap and left behind cryptic messages just waiting to be decoded? Thanks to AI, those messages are now whispering secrets we never expected. We often think civilization advanced gradually. Stone tools, then bronze, writing, cities, one step at a time. But in Sumer, those steps seemed to collapse. Towns turned into sprawling city-states. Eridu, Uruk, writing, law, astronomy, all arrived almost fully formed. Unlike contemporaries who labored for centuries, the Sumerians seemed to jump ahead. They baked mud into bricks, shaped tokens, created record-keeping systems. Then they did something radical. They gave their words permanence, imprinting wedge-shaped marks into clay tablets. With that, humans could record not just inventories or taxes, but stories, laws, philosophy, messages that could outlive their creators. The breakthrough in mathematics was no less wild. The Sumerians adopted a base 60 system. Seconds, minutes, degrees. Our everyday measures are still echoes of those early calculations. But the real intrigue lies deeper. In the lines between mundane entries, scholars discovered traces of ritual, cosmic observation, metaphors that hint at something more. For decades, most studies of Sumerian tablets focused on what seemed practical: grain shipments, temple donations, trade contracts, the useful stuff. But buried in that data are odd annotations, astronomical notation, ritual prescriptions, cryptic references to life, death, stars, cycles. Even more curious, some tablets use symbols that don't match standard lexicons. Some cluster in ways that suggest layered meaning, code, metaphor. They are framed in poetic or symbolic language, making conventional translation challenging. Until recently, the barrier was simple: scale. There are hundreds of thousands of tablets in museums and archives, many fragmented, many unwritten, many unread. Only a few hundred experts worldwide can decipher cuneiform, and it takes years of training. The backlog of what remains untranslated is enormous. That's where AI changes the narrative. In recent years, teams from Tel Aviv and Ariel universities have built models that translate Akkadian cuneiform into English in hours instead of years. These models treat the tablets like puzzles: pattern recognition, matching fragments, deducing likely readings from context. At Cornell and TAU, they developed an approach called proto-snap, which aligns prototype characters to variant forms to snap them into readable shapes. That means disparate scribes, eras, styles, even damaged tablets can now be digitally reconciled. Because of that, previously undecipherable manuscripts are now yielding meaning. The AI reads not just the obvious lines, but even idiomatic language, obscure terms, layered metaphors. What was once dismissed as myth, poetic exaggeration, or scribal error is being reinterpreted in light of this new clarity. And the revelations are unbelievable. The more the AI translates, the less some passages feel like myth. In medicine, tablets describe antiseptics, trauma treatments, even methods of diagnosing the pulse. They record family health lines, intimations of inheritance and biology. One of the most startling discoveries: passages about vessels in acidic liquids, glowing power, currents, sparks. The language mirrors modern electrical terminology, Some researchers draw parallels to the Baghdad battery, an artifact thought to generate small charges. Are these stray descriptions of experimentation in energy? Were Sumerian temple labs tinkering with electricity? Then there are astronomical records, cycles of planetary motion, solstices, celestial alignments, even hints at Earth's axial wobble, a concept only fully formalized in modern times. The AI is finding consistency across centuries, matching solar records, seasonal shifts, cosmic timing. But it gets darker. Some tablets reference scorching stones, land poisoned, buried artifacts sealed for danger. These may strike as poetic metaphors or warnings about real phenomena. Some suggest links to meteor impacts, desert glass, or unknown cataclysms. And then, the most controversial threads, the Anunnaki, mythical in ancient literature, but reanimated now as possible cosmic engineers. The tablets speak of divine essences, prototypes, sealed vaults, and hybrid bloodlines. AI is surfacing terms like prototype yield, essence mixture, reproductive capacity. Are we seeing myth, memory, or misinterpreted technical jargon? We don't yet know, but the lines between legend and engineering are blurring. Now, this is where the real tension lies. How much of what the AI reveals is literal, and how much metaphor? Mainstream scholars urge caution. Many of those king list reigns, 28,800 years, 36,000 years, are seen as symbolic, a way to express divinity rather than chronology. Some phrases may be poetic exaggeration, not reasoned science. The risk: AI hallucinations. In loosely structured, poetic or fragmentary texts, models sometimes impose patterns or meanings that weren't intended. Early experiments translating literary or metaphorical passages show hallucinations, AI inserting plausible but incorrect content. We must also acknowledge translation ambiguity. A single wedge sign in cuneiform can map to multiple sounds or meanings depending on context. Some scholars note that the same character may be carved 25 different ways across periods. That means uncertainty is baked into the system. Another caution: myth is not always fiction. Ancient cultures communicated with symbolism, talking about gods, rebirth, cosmic cycles. These may embed empirical observations, but filtered through cultural worldview. The AI might read technical language, but we must interpret with respect. Still, even with caution, the new translations are crackling with possibility. They force us to rethink assumptions. If the Sumerians were documenting something like technology or genetic design, what does that tell us about our origins? Were we engineered? Or did they interpret natural phenomena in technological metaphor? Did they glimpse something modern science would only rediscover millennia later? The king lists suggest an era when rulers reigned godlike lifespans. Were those literal figures or mythic exaggerations? Could there have been beings part human, part divine? Some point to elongated skulls, unusually tall skeletal remains, or genetic anomalies as possible physical echoes. Others see them simply as outliers or ritual symbolism. Then there's the cosmic angle. Theories like Nibiru, a planet on a long elliptic orbit, were once dismissed. Now, some argue these tablets record cataclysms tied to celestial cycles, floods, climate collapse, red skies, rivers reversing direction. Are these stories of natural disaster coded as cosmic events, or misinterpreted myth? AI is catching consistent patterns in those descriptions, which begs the question, Did ancient civilizations observe stellar events we've forgotten? Finally, memory, survival, and erasure. The Sumerians left warnings, cycles of rise and fall. We have evidence of droughts, migrations, empire collapses. But what if that's incomplete? What if the tablets carry instructions, warnings, lost science? The story of Sumer is not just about gods and kings. It might be about us, about memory, about knowledge lost and rediscovered. With AI, we are peeling back millennia to see hints of something profound. Technology, cosmic awareness, biological insight. But uncertainty remains. That's the point. What do you believe is behind those glowing descriptions, those cryptic codes, those divine lineages? Drop your thoughts below, because we're just beginning to scratch the surface. Hit subscribe if you want more stories that shake the foundations of what we thought we knew. The past is deeper, stranger, more alive than we ever imagined, and we're only just starting to hear its voice.